Hey, what's going on, family? This is Chris Anthony coming at you again with another reading. This is going to be for the sign of Aries for November 15th into November 30th. So, wrapping up the month of November. What's going on, Aries? Just to let you guys know, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody. But if it does resonate with you, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, do whatever you want to do, to let me know that you like the channel. You can also comment. I enjoy responding to those. So yeah, we're going to be jumping right into your energies, Aries, and this is going to be your present energies for you right here, and then we're going to get into your futuristic energies over to the left. So starting out, crowning your reading, we do have the Knight of Wands. So this definitely could be the energy that you're taking on. This is a fire sign. The Knight of Wands represents the fire sign. So this could be you, Aries, with you, being full of fire and passion. If it's not you, then this could be somebody that could be coming into, your presence, or could already be there. It could be a fire sign that you're dealing with. But the Knight of Wands is representing that quick moving, passionate, fast moving energy, passionately going after something or someone. So this could be you going after something passionately, or just feeling like the month of November, at the end of November, you're kind of feeling passionate about a certain direction that you want to move in or head towards to. It could be a person, it could be something you're working on, a project. It could be work itself, your career, your path in life that you kind of feel yourself moving forward too quickly. Yeah, so that could be the energy you're taking on. If it's not you, then this could be a fire sign that's headed your way, that you could come in contact with for the last 2 weeks of November. Right below that, though, we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Hierophant, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles popped up in one of your previous readings for this month, Aries. So that energy is still there. This is kind of like you feeling you're left out in the cold when it comes down to someone or something. So you having that Five of Pentacle energy, feeling that could also make you feel like you're in the Eight of Wands. I mean, not Eight of Wands, but the Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords kind of represents, you being locked inside of your thoughts having you, or making you feel like you're trapped inside of a certain situation. This could be the feeling that you feel towards this Five of Pentacles energy. It could have to do with a fire sign that kind of left you out in the cold, or you could be, leaving a fire sign out in the cold, somebody else that's a fire sign. But either way, in your, right in the middle of your energy, you have this Eight of Swords energy. This is you kind of taking on that over analytical mind frame that's kind of having you feeling stuck, because you're only seeing things from one point of view, and you're not allowing yourself to kind of look at it from a different point of view. You're getting stuck inside of your thoughts, and not just using your thoughts as a tool, but you're identifying with your thoughts. You're identifying with something that's just floating around in your head, but it's not true all the way. And so it could have you feeling like you're stuck in a certain situation or circumstance, or with a person. But I don't believe it's going to be like that for long. Surrounding this energy is the Hierophant and the Justice card. So those are two major arcana. The Hierophant card is representing, this represents like a spirituality, religious, it could be religious also, but this could be a form that you're kind of taking on. The Hierophant is someone that somebody comes, or people come to for advice. They come to, for spiritual healing, or for spiritual advice about certain situations. This could be you going to get some advice from somebody that's like that. Maybe a pastor, a priest, or just somebody that's spiritual, maybe a tarot reader, or somebody that offers certain services, or just somebody that could have that type of Hierophant vibe, that they're into spirituality, they're into, a set way of doing things when it comes down to, being ceremonial or ritualistic. about certain spiritual things. You could be going to them, about this situation that you're feeling. You being left out in the cold, you feeling stuck in a certain, mind frame. You could be seeking some type of hierophant, somebody that can help you and give you advice with this situation. Um, and it could just be, within yourself. You could just be going to that place that you have within yourself that kind of takes on that hierophant energy, where you go to kind of like sit back a little bit and think about your life, think about, your spirituality, the path that you're on. All that is what the hierophant card is kind of representing. Right below that, we have the justice card, though. So the justice card is the universe bringing in some balance. Justice is it's balance, like as you can see with the scales of justice. This is the universe bringing a sword down on a certain situation that could have been unjust or imbalanced in certain ways. So if this does have to do with a certain situation that left you feeling like you were left out in the cold, or you were stuck in your head thinking about it over and over again, if it's having to do with that fire sign, then you could have some justice coming in from the universe, to balance that out. Because if some things happen that were in balance, like you know how it goes in relationships, for instance. If you give too much in a relationship and you do all these things, and then the other person just kind of like leaves you out in the cold, then the universe a lot of times brings balance to that situation, or you bring balance to it by ending it, by leaving it, walking away from it, or, doing something else that could kind of like bring balance. So this is the justice card, means that balance is coming in. So you won't be feeling stuck like that for too long. It could be because you consulted somebody, or you're just taking on that hierophant energy, that the justice is coming in from the universe to balance everything out within your mind, so that you don't feel like you're stuck and imprisoned to your thoughts. So that's what I kind of feel for you in your present energy, Aries. Let's go on to your futuristic cards. So we have the Ace of Swords for you, we have the High Priestess, and then we have the Six of Swords. So, the Ace of Swords is kind of like what I was talking about with the Justice card coming in. This is the universe bringing you clarity. So the Justice could come in the form of clarity, which you would need if you were kind of feeling like that coming into the end of the month. If you're feeling like that, then the universe is kind of like bringing some justice in, and also bringing some clarity in from you seeking spirituality, or seeking somebody that could help you out with that. They could be the one that's giving you that clarity, But either way it goes, you have some justice coming in, and I think it's coming in the form of clarity to kind of get you out of your mind, get you out of those thoughts that have you feeling like you're stuck and in prison and can't move and can't, have a better life for yourself or whatever. It's kind of some clarity is coming in to bring you out of that, and once you come out of that, it seems like you're taking on that High Priestess energy. So you're going to start tapping more into your intuitive abilities, your intuition, that inner knowing, the inner world that you have. You're going to start tapping into that and kind of moving forward in that energy, instead of, over analyzing things and only seeing things from one point of view, only seeing things from the way your mind paints it logically. You're going to tap more into your spiritual side. And you tapping into your spiritual side, that's what that Hierophant, the Hierophant is the male representative, or the male counterpart to the High Priestess. So with you having both of them in your spread, this is kind of like that balance that's coming. The balance of your external and internal world. Because if you've been going hard in your external world, it could bring you sometimes to a place where you feel like this, where you kind of get stuck because you can't find all the answers, logically. Einstein said that the best. I think he said something like, there are some problems or some things that can't be solved on the level that they were created. And so in order for you to solve certain problems that you have to transcend the level that the problem was created on. Some things can't be figured out logically. They can't, because they were created logically, or they were created by the way that you analyze and look at the world logically. But certain problems have to be solved spiritually. you know there's certain things that you deal with in life where you can't solve it, you can't go through it. You have to rise above it, you have to transcend it. And once you transcend it, then it's no longer a problem to you. And that happens from you just looking at things from a different point of view. You could transcend an issue or a problem or a circumstance just from you changing the way you look at it. And that's what we mean by transcending. Instead of solving the problem, you just looked at it differently until it no longer was a problem. You see? So that's kind of what could be happening with you coming into the end of November. Something that has had you kind of like stuck a little bit in your mind and overthinking it, over analytical about it, and having you feeling like you're left out in the cold because of that, could be ending, because the universe, is kind of like bringing some justice, some balance to it. And also you are, bringing that clarity in, but you're also tapping into your intuitive nature to look at something from a different point of view, to transcend it. And that could be the path that's happening with this certain thing that has you feeling like you're kind of like stuck a little bit mentally. And then right below that, once you get that clarity, you tap into your intuition, then you move beyond and you move past something. This Six of Swords energy is kind of like you moving on from something that just wasn't working out. This could be a relationship, it could be a way of thinking, a way of seeing your current circumstances, or just leaving your circumstances altogether. Leaving that job or that relationship or that group of friends or that city, that state, that country, whatever it is, you're moving on from it because you have some new clarity, you have gained a different perspective, and now you're wanting to move forward. So yeah, Aries, that's what I'm feeling for you, and I feel it heavy. Also, in your the bottom of your deck, you have the Fool card. So definitely, you could be embarking on something new, moving away from something old, because you have now gained a different point of view. You had some balance between the yin and the yang, the external world and the internal world. And it's crazy because these two cards just popped up for the sign of Pisces also. And you guys come right after Pisces, or right after Pisces. So you guys are karmically tied into the Pisces sign, Aries. So that's probably why you guys have some matching energy a little bit. You may want to go and check out that Pisces reading, because it could have something, to match your energy a little bit. Because these energies are kind of like the same between Pisces and Aries. I feel like a real closeness of energy, and it's a transformation that's happening from that Hierophant energy, or the external knowing of certain things and certain rituals and certain ways of doing life. And for the Pisces, it was from the High Priestess into the Hierophant, which makes sense because the High Priestess is the representation of the Pisces, and because they're really internal. But for the Aries, a lot of you guys sometimes can be a lot external, only because the Aries is always passionately moving towards some type of goal, to accomplish it, to be number one, to embark on some type of pioneering of something. That's what I feel with the Aries energy, because it's the first house, So you guys are always kind of like external with it, kind of like putting everything into action. But sometimes you have to go into the internal world and tap into the things that can't be seen to solve some of your external problems. So that's what I think is happening for you, Aries. And I think it's definitely a good feeling when the Ace of Swords pops up, and then right after that you have the High Priestess, and it gives you that clarity. But it's going to be some type of spiritual or intuitive clarity that you're getting from the universe, about a certain situation. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, Aries. I will be back in December to do some more readings, unless I just kind of, feel like I want to do some more readings for y'all in the month of November. But I think this is going to wrap it up for me. And definitely, if that resonated with you, then let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll be back to see you guys later, Aries. Happy Thanksgiving for the guys that actually celebrate it. Later.